everybody! Today I have a few questions about working in Japan that I'd like to answer. If you remember, I started a Working in Japan series quite a while ago, and it never became a series because I was working several emails and messages and comments and things about getting jobs in Japan, so I'm just going to hit up a few from the latest one and do some general responses. When is a good time to look for jobs in Japan? The Japanese, well, if you're going to be a teacher, or even if you're going to work in a company, the Japanese school year and work year starts April 1st. So between January and end of March is when a lot of the hiring is done at places. If you're going to school here or something, you can start earlier because there's like job fairs and other things you can do through your university. But if you're just a regular foreigner like me, you can start looking at jobs on like gaijinpot.com, or if you're really good, I would check out the Hello Work website, but you have to go to the office really to apply usually. There's the usual ways to find a job here. What kind of education do you need to get a job here? There's people who've been confused if it relates to your visa or your degree. So basically the levels, I'm going to explain what I mean terminology first, because as I've learned through these emails and through working at my place and helping with the interview process, different companies do things differently. When you're 18, at least by US standards, you get your high school diploma, you graduate high school. You're 18, after that you're an adult and you're graduated, you can make adult decisions. 22 years of school after that, usually community college or something like that, is, or 2 years of university is your associate's degree. So that's a 2-year degree after you finish high school. So if you do every year, it's about age 20. After that, 2 more years, that's the end of your 4-year degree, which is a bachelor's degree. And a lot of jobs in Japan like it if you have a bachelor's degree. 2 more years is your master's degree, and after that, it's like you become a doctor and stuff. So to get a job here in Japan, if you're getting brought over from another country, a lot of companies want you to have your bachelor's degree, which is 4 years of university after you're 18 and finish high school. But it's not necessary all the time. You know, many companies prefer it. There's some companies that pay less or work in a different way. They'll hire you even if you have only a high school degree or if you've dropped out of college. Next question, related. Do you need to be in Japan to get a job in Japan? Well, some things like the JET program or some larger companies that are not as good treating of their foreigners, they'll hire you from abroad, and some of them will even pay to bring you out here. If you're in Japan, however, even if you're on a tourist visa or if you can get working holiday depending on the country you live in, then you can come over here and you can find a job, and if you can find a sponsor, like if you're doing a tourist visa, if you can find a sponsor who will change your visa status while you're here, it does happen sometimes, but you have to get lucky. It's possible, it doesn't happen most of the time, but it can happen. The only thing you can't do is work while you're still on a visa. You have to be on still on tourist visa. You have to be on some kind of working visa. To review that real fast, to get a job, you can have a tourist visa and only a high school diploma and come over here and you can still get a job and live here. But if you have a university degree and if you're over here, you have easier chance of finding work, especially if you have a working holiday visa. That's even better, but like the US doesn't do that, so if you're from another country, you're lucky. Okay, if you have any other questions about working in Japan, let me know. I will do my best to answer.